Gas might be cheaper than it was a year ago, but there are some items you're definitely going to pay more for in 2015. Oxygen Financial's Ted Jenkins is back to show and tell us what to watch out for and give us some less expensive alternatives, which we love. Ted, always good to have you on the show.
Thanks.
Let's start with coffee. We're a morning show. This is dear to our heart. What are we talking here and why such a spike?
Yeah, unfortunately, there was a severe drought in Brazil, and now that's raised prices of coffee somewhere in the nature of 9 to 10% for your favorite K-cups or for Starbucks coffee. And so if you're willing to make a 180, you can try something like green tea, which would give you some caffeine, a little bit of a kick. Or I recommend reusing K-cups. Maybe you buy a less expensive filler at the supermarket and try and use that K-cup several times.
I have one of those K-cups that you can use grounds in so that you're not paying more for the K-cup, which actually has worked well for me. Eggs have gone up tremendously, all because of California, basically, right?
Yeah, apparently chickens need more room to spread their wings now, according to California law. So what's happened is that egg prices have gone up 20 to 30%. You know, the cost of housing for chickens is more expensive, and so consequently with less birds, prices have gone up. I recommend looking at something like egg whites, where you still get protein for a little bit less per carton. That would be a good idea.
Olive oil, hard to cook without it, but when you were talking about the spike in price, this is the one that shocked me the most.
Oh, it's amazing. Italian olive growers, the production was down 37% this year. It was one of the worst ever in history for Italy and Spain, for that matter. So you might try an alternative like canola oil. I know it's not quite the same, but do it on a low heat, or safflower oil, or use olive oil in a spray can, and that could cut down how much olive oil you use.
Bourbon, of course, extremely popular, but that also means pricing going up.
Yeah, bourbon's hot right now. Sales are up 36%, and what happens is because it takes 15 to 20 years to age a good bottle of bourbon, there's huge demand for it right now and very little supply. But your favorite bourbon, if you check out the distilleries, they may make 5 or 10 different blends of bourbon at the same place. So you can get a bottle for maybe a third or a fourth of the cost without sacrificing that much taste, like Old Crow or Kentucky Gentleman, something like that.
This, obviously, we all know, college education. Is there anything that can be done about it, and why is it going up so much?
Yeah, this is strictly a supply and demand. You know, look, if you have 5 to 10 times the amount of applicants as you do spaces, cost is going to go up. For a newborn today, this is scary, it'll cost over $300,000 for 4 years of education, 18 years. And as you might start saving today, but I recommend looking at in-state schools, and maybe even if you go for 1 or 2 years and then jump to a private school, or 4 years of a state school, or they have something new now, Lynn, called the Academic Common Market, which if your child goes out of state could save you costs for an out-of-state school. So I would look at all of those to try and keep costs down.
Oh, if you can keep it down when it's that much. But Ted Jenkins, obviously always great to have you, and some good advice here. Thanks so much.
Thank you.